Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a specially expanded welcome conference here at the Bapco 6 Hours of Bahrain, the final round of the 2017 FIA World Endurance Championship. It seems apt that after such a thrilling season in the LMGTE Pro category that we should focus on the class here today. Supreme battles throughout the year between Ferrari, Aston Martin, Ford and Porsche. And next season, of course, BMW joining the party to make it a fifth constructor. So lots to look forward to for the super season in 18 and 19 also. Let me introduce you to our assembled panel from left to right. James Collado from AF Corsa Ferrari. Good evening, James. And next to James is Ferdinando Canizzo, who is the GT Technical Coordinator of Ferrari Competizione. Good evening, Fernando. And Darren Turner from the number 97 Aston Martin Racing Team. Next to Darren, we have John Gore from the team principal from Aston Martin Racing. And next to John, we have Andy Prio from Ford Chip Ganassi Racing. Good evening, Andy. Next to Andy is George Howard-Chappell, team principal of Ford Chip Ganassi. And next to George, Kevin Estra from the number 92 Porsche GT team. Good evening, Kevin. And next to Kevin, we have Marco Ihezi from the Director of GT Factory Motorsports for Porsche AG. Gentlemen, thank you for your time this evening. We're going to start with James. James, we've, like I said, had a thrilling season, so close in the points rankings. You know what you've got to do this weekend here in Bahrain. Just talk us through, from your perspective, how you're going to approach this crucial race on Saturday.
Well, I think first of all, the season's been pretty good. We had a pretty tough Le Mans, which was unfortunate. We expected a lot more in Le Mans, so we lost a lot of points there. But we've come into this race with a 2-point advantage over the Porsche. As you know, it's really close between the Porsche and also the Ford. I think 7.5 points to the 67. So really, I think a lot of pressure for all the guys sat here, but we won't treat it any differently at all. I'm not nervous about it. I'm pretty confident that we're going to do a good job. I've got huge trust in my team with their strategy, and we've shown over the year that we've really done a good job in terms of strategy. And I'm just looking forward to the battle. It's going to be a really good one. It's nice to see GT getting a little bit more recognition, especially this weekend. So let's put on a good show, and it's all about enjoying it.
Good luck this weekend, James. All the best to you and your teammate Alessandro Pierguidi. Moving over to Ferdinando. Ferdinando, you wrapped up the manufacturer title last time out in Shanghai with a race to spare, which during a very close season must be especially satisfying for you. Just talk us through how the season has gone from your perspective and the development of the Ferrari 488 GTE.
Well, it was definitely a very tough season, because at the end we were very close with the other competitors. Even the last race, we won, but it was we were very close. And this was, let's say, the leitmotif for all the season, in which all the races were there was a lot of fight between the cars. So this was very good for the class. I have to say that we were able to manage the performance of the car by working in every details. The car are homologated, so we cannot push on the development of the parts. But the understanding on the cars was increasing through the season. We collected all the experience of the last years, which was quite important. And so here we are. Every race we learn something, and we try to improve the understanding in order to find the best setup, the best strategy, for the two cars.
Thank you, Ferdinando. And moving over to Darren Turner, an ever-present in the WEC. Every race you've competed, Darren, just one of two drivers to do that as we go into the 50th WEC race this weekend in Bahrain. It's an evocative weekend. We say goodbye to one of the most iconic GTE cars, the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, the most successful car of Aston Martin Racing's history. Just recall some of your personal highlights and some of the memories and the races that stand out for you with this car.
Well, we obviously had a completely different race to James at Le Mans. It was the best race of the season, and to come away with the win for 97 was for me personally was the highlight of the whole sort of history of the Vantage in this championship. But there's been many races that we've had success, and also some of the races where we've just had great battles with the competition that's really stood out. But I think that first race in Shanghai, the end of the 2012 season, was special just to get that win on the cards for that car. And it's one of those weekends where these all other guys are fighting for the championship, and we're here not fighting for the championship, but we have a really good chance of getting a result for this car at its last race, and that's what we're planning to do. But it's been a great journey, enjoyed every minute of it, and looking forward to the next stage. But this weekend's all about this current car.
Thank you, Darren. All the best for the weekend ahead. And moving over to team principal of Aston Martin Racing, John Gore. John, as the existing model bows out, next week you're going to unveil the successor to the current car. Very exciting times. The launch is in London next Tuesday. Tell us a bit about the philosophy behind the new model and the way that the development has gone so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have Aston so engaged in the programme, and I think WEC is very important for Aston. Andy's hugely supportive of it, and it's a very exciting class to be part of. You're right, we're launching the new car on Tuesday next week, along with the road car. In fact, it's the road car launch, and the race car will be there with the road car. And that's a really important launch for Aston. The Vantage is the core part of the range. In terms of where we are with the programme, we've been doing a dual programme this year. There's a test team and a race team. We've done probably over 13,000 kilometres now with the car. A couple of 30-hour tests, and we've got a few more to come. We know how difficult it is to beat some of these guys along here. It's going to be a really tough season next year with the BMW coming along, but we're excited by it. We're excited by the super season, 2 Le Mans in the 1 year. Finishing with Le Mans is going to be terrific. Sebring again is going to be great. We're excited, and hopefully we can give the current car a good send-off this race as well.
Very good. Thank you very much, John, and good luck with the launch next weekend. Moving over to Andy Prio from the number 67 Ford Chip Ganassi team. Andy, it's been a hell of a season, a real roller coaster. You've led for a lot of the season, a blip in Japan, but you fought back superbly in Shanghai last time out, put yourself back in contention for a chance at the title. Give us a review of the season and how you are going to attack this weekend here in Bahrain.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it started really good. At Silverstone we won, and we had a tough Spa and a good Le Mans. For sure, over the season we had some ups and downs, but being consistent. I think the low moment was Fuji, and sorry to him and the Porsche guys, because it's definitely not what I wanted to do or achieve. But bounced back after that, Shanghai with a win, which to me was probably one of the best wins we've had the last 2 years. The car was 4th or 5th on the grid, and we managed to win the race, so that was really rewarding. Last race of the season, championship on the line. We've got to try everything possible. I think it's going to be tough. We're definitely the outside bet, but we're going to try everything possible and see if we can make it happen. It would be nice to get one more world title for me. I don't think I'm going to get many more chances for that, but anyway, we'll try our best, and it's pretty much down to us to see if we can make it happen.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Andy. Moving over to team principal of Ford Chip Ganassi Racing, George Howard-Chapel. George, as Andy said, it's been a real tooth and nail season, lots of fighting throughout the races. Overall, tell us from your point of view how the season has gone, and in particular what we've seen this year in the closeness of the racing, and how the automated balance of performances has worked out across the board this year.
From a season perspective, the question's a bit early. I really think you should be asking me that on Saturday night. But seriously, it's at any season that you win 2 races in and you get a second at Le Mans, I don't think you can moan too much about. The team have worked really well together, and the guys have all done a really good job. So it's nice to solidify the team. It's our 2nd year together, and things are ever improving. So that's great. On the BOP front, I'd say it's been been a resounding success. You know, it was the auto BOP system was something that everybody in this room worked on together to try and improve the situation over what we had before. And I think most people would agree it is an improvement. It's not necessarily perfect, but it is an improvement. And I think it's killed a lot of the squabbling and the bickering that was going on when it wasn't an automated system where everybody knew what the result was. Clearly, it's still open to a bit of gaming, and if that's what you choose to do, you can do that. But it's as a system, everybody knows what's coming, and it appears to work. The racing's very close. I think the one remaining thing is the way it ends up balancing the cars means that they do a very similar lap time, but they're not all as competitive as the other cars from a racing point of view, and that's maybe something that needs to be refined in the future.
Okay, thank you very much, George, and good luck for the weekend. Moving over to our Porsche guests, Kevin Estre from the number 92 Porsche GT team. Kevin, welcome. It's been a season of great promise, great positions for you. Some misfortune. The new model 911 RSR has proved quick. Again, just give us from your perspective how the season has gone and how you're hoping to finish on a high here this weekend in Bahrain.
Yeah, I think as everybody, the season has had some up and down, but the car was new, and we show in the first race in Silverstone that on the race pace we were there to be there on the podium. On our car, on the 92, we got quite a lot of bad luck. So for the championship, it was really early over with 2 DNF, and especially the one from Le Mans is really painful for the points. But otherwise, the team has done a mega job. We've been quick everywhere. It's a special race this year with the tire management, so that's why sometimes you see differences in quali, but then in the race it settled down a little bit, and I think the battle has been great on every racetrack between all the cars, and I think the show has been good. For sure, we improved our cars through the season, even if we tested a lot to compete against other manufacturer on the racing side is making you better and improve for sure the level of understanding the car and making it quicker. But yeah, it's been a good season. It's really great to have the 91 fighting for the championship on the first year for the car. It's going to be close, and if we can help for anything, for sure we'll help try to win the race and put the red guys and the blue guys behind us.
Okay, thank you very much, Kevin. Good luck for the weekend. And moving on to Marco. Marco was here exactly 12 months ago. We saw first publicly the new model 911 RSR. It was a competitive start. At Silverstone, there was much promise, and throughout the season, you've been a championship contender. Frederic and Ricard obviously have a good chance of taking a title at the first opportunity this weekend. Just tell us how satisfied you are with the racing season in 2017.
It's like George said, asked me that on Saturday. First of all, congratulations to the Ferrari guys. So the manufacturer title is done already. So very, very brilliant job. But hopefully we have a good fight for the driver championship and for the team championship also with you guys. So it's not just depending on the result of Saturday. Like Kevin said, we had some up and downs, but in general, with the new car, we were quite competitive over the whole season. We lost a lot of knowledge from the old car, so every track was brand new for us. We had to learn a lot. That's also the reason why some practice sessions were a bit painful with the last and the second last position. But we improved session by session and event by event, and that's I think the reason why we are here for the championship fight in the last race. So I'm quite happy with the situation so far, but for sure some work to do for Saturday.